Welcome back everyone, this is Kylie from the CurlyCrafter, and in today's video I am going to show you guys how to build a planter, and in my next video I'm going to show you guys what I do with the planter. Sadly, before we started we noticed that the sprinklers were on and our chickens were drenched. And then before we started building, we dropped one of their eggs in the shop and it did not go too well. They were kind of mad at us, but we got 3 eggs this morning, and now let's get started in building our box. My grandpa, also known as Gramps, is super generous for helping me add legs to this old fancy wine container. They had gotten this container from one of the rich people that they work for, and if you notice on this box there is some letters burned into the wood that we're going to have to fill because it will be very noticeable later on when I do other stuff to this box. So we are taking some hardener and we're going to mix the wood filler so that the film will not be on top, and then we're going to add some of the hardener onto the wood filler, which will stiffen the mixture and allow it to dry faster. We're going to generously apply the wood mixture onto the box where any of the burned letters are so that it will fill it and it won't come through in the finished project. This will dry really fast, and all the clunks you can just sand off and then it will be good as new. While the mixture is setting in, let's appreciate this 11-foot alligator that my Gramps and my grandma, also known as Gammy, caught while they were out on the lake, and they had it mounted. Here we are sanding off the extra chunks from the wood filler, and then we have a nice smooth box without any engraved letters. My Gramps found these old pieces of wood in the garbage, so we decided to cut 8 long strips of wood at 2.5 feet for each, and then we took all these long wood pieces and sanded them down with a round electric sander. This part is optional, but we took each piece of wood and cut 45 angles at the tips of the planks so that it will look more complete. Next up, it's time to attach the wood sticks, which we are going to need some wood glue and some screws. We are applying some wood glue to the planks, and then we're going to place the wine box on top. And then in order to hold this together while it's drying, we are going to drill some holes, and we are going to screw in some screws to keep it strong onto the main pieces of wood. After the screws are applied, we're adding some more glue to another piece of the plank and taking glue and running it down the whole side of one of the sides so that we can press the glue part against the piece of wood that we already have put down, and it will give it a nicer look. In order to hold the 2 pieces of wood until the wood glue dried, my Gramps had to use a pressure staple gun to connect the pieces, and then sanded off the pieces of the staples that had came through on the other side. Once we had one side of the legs complete, we took a wood piece at 22 inches to hold up the other side of legs so that they wouldn't collapse on us while we were screwing and attaching the other bottom legs. Here we are sanding the corners of the top and the bottom pieces of the legs. We decided to give these legs some more support, so we cut 4 pieces of wood and we applied them 6 inches above the bottom. To complete the look, we added a piece of wood 6 inches above the bottom of the opposing side. The very last last thing that we did to assemble this box was take our drill and drill some holes at the bottom of the wine container in our box, because we want the water to be able to seep through for anything that you want to put in it. In this case is strawberries. And now let's get on to the next step, which I'm going to do at my house. We are going to be staining this wood box. Comment down below if you guys want to see me make summer sugar scrubs. This one is peach flavored. It's from one of my friend's birthday parties. Her name is Emma Casper, and her younger sister just turned 1. Her name is Isla. Getting down to business, I'm using some Minwax Wood Finish Early American 230 to stain this wood box. In the garden box, and next I'm going to show you guys how to add some polyurethane so that when it's outside the weather won't tear it down faster than it's supposed to. But before I show you guys how to add polyurethane, I am making a strawberry label out of vinyl. I'm using the 651 vinyl, and this vinyl is actually recommended for outside projects, so this should be working good. And now I'm just going to take off the adhesive, use some transfer paper, and stick it onto my box. At this point, once the letters are on, you don't need to do anything else to your box, but mine will be outside growing some strawberries, so I'm going to take some fast drying polyurethane and coat my whole entire box with this so that it will last longer than it's normally supposed to last. After you let the stain soak completely into your box will be finished and completed, and you can add anything you want inside of it and grow any type of thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grow strawberries in this, and this is a last great thanks to my grandpa Gramps. Thank you so much for helping me build this amazing garden box, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn those post notifications so you will be notified when I upload another video, including the part 2 of what I do with this box. And that's all for today's video. If you guys like it, I'll see you guys next time, and bye everyone!